Okay. So last time we had a session, it was for Tracer, right? And we've since switched, pivoted to Monkey. Is that correct?
Yeah, the tank. So not just monkey.
Okay.
So think
Um.
currently my hero pool,
Mhm.
it's been like mainly monkey, Sigma as well, Queen, Wrecking Ball as well on some maps. So yeah,
Okay.
I've
Winston,
been enjoying it. Yeah.
Sigma, Queen, Ball. Got it. Now, obviously, you already know because we've already done this. But my standpoint on hero pools is like try to limit to three at a time.
Yeah.
But you're like the switch was like fairly recent, so you're still like feeling stuff out. So no worries there.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, and remind me, what rank is this at?
Yeah, so it's either like gold one or gold two. So like
Okay.
high golds.
Okay, sure. Sounds good. Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up and ask before we kind of get started here?
Um, Not that I can think of, no.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm also pretty tired as well. Long day at school.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotcha. No worries, no
I'm
worries.
basically on a only thing keeping me awake is a patch of I mean a bag of sour patches. So
Gotcha, gotcha. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, if you want me to repeat anything or like play anything back or slow it down, just let me know, okay?
mhm. Yeah, I know always have like the VOD as well. So
Yeah. Yep, yep, perfect. Okay. Okay. I'm just getting a couple things pulled up for you here before
okay.
we really hop into it. Okay. Doo. There we go. Okay. So, this VOD is entirely Winston, correct?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, but like
Perfect.
yeah, it was completely Winston. I don't think I swapped for like a single bit.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's talk about some general Winston stuff, okay? What is he good at? What does he bring to the table that other tanks don't? What does he excel at in Overwatch, do you think?
Um, so I mean, obviously, I think first thing that comes to mind is like the bubble and how like versatile it is at controlling.
Mm, yeah, perfect. So, obviously, the bubble's like a shield, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what about that's just the Roguely speed is well timed. Okay, that is. What about like the shield? Like what makes it good? Because obviously it's not as like sturdy as something like Reinhardt's barrier, right? So what makes it strong? Do you think?
Um, I mean, I think there's several things, like the fact that like Winston can move around it, the
Mm-hmm.
fact that um, I mean, the fact that he can like block off support LOS or
Yes.
DPS LOS as well.
Perfect. 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 Yeah. It's really good at splitting enemies, right?
Mm.
And the reason for that is like any barrier can obviously split, right? The reason for
Yeah.
that is like you said, you monkey can operate in and around it, so his radius of influence, from like a normal like zap radius gets like multiplied whenever he has his bubble out. So if this is like let's say bubble radius, right, then it becomes like something like this when the bubble's down, right?
Mm.
So he can damage while splitting, which is something fairly unique. Obviously, Sigma's shield can do that as well, but
Mhm.
it makes him a little bit more vulnerable, right? Whereas Monkey
Yeah.
makes him more protected, right?
Mhm.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. Is there anything else that let's talk about dancing, right? Like, why is dancing so like bubble dancing so strong with Winston?
I mean, firstly, obviously, like you can use it to get around like enemy CDs and like damage. So you can bubble dance, and a nade, and a sleep, the
Yeah,
whip shot, with Reaper shotguns, whatever, all that type of stuff.
yeah. Good, good, good. Yeah. And the fact that it's like a circle instead of like a straight line makes it easier to dance because you can use like the quote unquote corners. I know it's like a circle, it doesn't actually have corners, but you can use like the curvature of the shield itself to like go in and out and like, dodge multiple angles of stuff, right? Good, good, good. Okay. And then finally, right? So
Right,
this is
like out
like,
for like 10 seconds. So do you mind quickly?
oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. And then finally, right? Like obviously, bubble is like his big cooldown, right? What's his like a little bit smaller cooldown, but still like super important.
His leap.
Yeah, exactly. So he's just a high mobility tank, right? A lot of verticality, easy to get around the map and all this kind of stuff. Perfect. Okay, good stuff. All right. Okay. Have we talked about spikes in value? Hello?
Um,
Oh.
yeah, sorry.
No, yeah.
I just heard you say, "Have we talked about?" and then you just cut
Oh,
out.
oh, gotcha. Have we talked about spikes in value before, like the spike in value graph?
Yeah, we talked about it like the end of that other VOD review of your other
Oh,
student.
okay, nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So obviously, like we talked about, in that previous um session, is that like monkeys like huge peak in value, his big spike is associated with bubble, right?
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean that in order to engage and like start that spike, that you have to use jump first. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So a big part of Winston is like trying to set up your engage so that you can start your engagement without using jump, and then have the jump to either continue to push or jump out. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 And so that's why high ground for Winston is like so important, because it acts as like a large piece of cover that he can like navigate around, and anywhere off that high ground, he can like choose to drop down, and engage with bubble, and then he'll still have jump to get out. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at your gameplay here.
4, 3, 2,
I already remember I accidentally bunny hopped off the high ground this
Oh,
first
okay.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
incoming.
You're gonna see it in a sec.
Defend objective A.
Good. I like that you're getting value. Early pressure on the widow. That's fine.
Yeah, this is where I bunny hop off.
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Touching
Gotcha.
down.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, but I really like the jump. Okay. But I wanted to ask you, in your head, right, when you're hard engaging like this, and by when I say hard engage, I mean like using both your cooldowns to like full engage. It's very committal, right? When you're hard engaging like this, you need some sort of green light to tell you that you're not going to like immediately die, or to tell you that you have like a fair chance of success when you do this, right?
Okay.
What in your head? I'm not saying this is a bad jump. Like I really like this jump. What in your head is the green light here?
I'll play like.
Let me actually bring it back a couple.
Attackers incoming.
Like a gentle rain.
Yeah, right about here.
I think it's the fact that I see like the Orisa moving away.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's like I know I'm not gonna get speared. Well, or like if she does spear me, she's gotta be like an Olympic javelist or whatever. But
Perfect. The real green light is basically the fact that the Orisa is on the low ground here, right? Like it's not necessarily like she could be moving up or she could be moving back, right? But the fact that she can't do anything to you once you're here, right?
Yeah.
If she were here, let's say, like poking from this angle, right? Then obviously this jump starts to feel like way scarier, way less likely for to be successful, all this kind of stuff, right? So that's good. All right. Good. Obviously, like a bit of a goof here. Oh god.
yeah.
Oh god. Okay. Restaging, which I think is fine. It's definitely a slower play, but I think it's fine. Okay. What benefit? Let's talk about staging in general, right? What benefit does staging give you? Like, why do we stage?
So I think obviously it allows you to like have bigger option of like what targets you want to go for, like what space you want to go and contest. I think that's
increases your range of potential options. Yeah, absolutely, right? So from back here, you have like maybe here, right? And that's about it. But from here, you have back all the way over here potentially, right?
Yeah.
Cool, good stuff. Okay, what else? Give me one more reason, right? There's range we talked about.
Is it also like being like less susceptible to being poked out?
Yeah, I mean that's definitely part of it, right? A good stage is gonna help you take less poke, that's for sure, right? We'll call that just general setup, right? And then there's like one more, a little bit like minor, but very very important.
Um, I don't know. Is it just like scaring them? I don't know.
No, it's basically like for info, right? It helps you scout better. It helps you like,
Oh,
see more
yeah.
of where the enemy is, right? Because from back here, it's very difficult to tell, where the Widow is, like where where their actual team is. You don't know if they're back here. You don't know if they're over here, something like that, right? So, but once we stage up here, now we know, okay, there's at least a few. The Riss is here. There's at least a few on the point, right? And I think we can eventually see the Widow, as she like comes towards this way or something like that, right? So yeah, this is all good stuff. Okay. What I want to point out to you is that staging is not necessarily, it's not like one jump per stage max, right? You can actually stage using multiple jumps, right? So say, for example, they didn't have a Widow here, right? So let's just ignore this person, right? Let's just say, I don't know, they have like a cast or something like that here, right?
Yeah.
How are we going to engage on this like very grouped up set of people, so that we're creating space for our team?
I mean, probably jumping where like the Widow would be.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
kind of almost splitting on them.
Exactly. So basically, I just want to point out, right? Like first stage jump is here, right? Second stage jump is all the way over here, and then now when we have jump and bubble and all this kind of stuff, then we can drop down from anywhere we want here, right? The other alternative to this, and like the different pathing, but like ending up in the same spot, is instead of going from here to here, you can go from here to here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Either I think is fine. This is definitely like a bit of a slower play, and it lets, it lets their squishies be like a little bit less pressured for for a longer period of time. But if let's say you're low and you want to stabilize, or you really want to make sure you set your squishies up on top right, then I think it's fine too. You know what I mean? It's just a different alternative. Any questions about this kind of stuff?
No.
Okay, good. Because what I don't want to see you do, which again, like I don't blame you if you do, because this is like honestly like this is fairly creative monkey play. Like I don't want to see you stage and then hard engage like every time. You know what I mean? That would be a shame. It'd be like, oh dang, like what did you stage for then? Yeah.
I think if I remember, I'd jump where the Widow is here. So.
Okay, good. Nice. Yeah, it looks like we're aiming for it, but I don't think this jump is like unfortunate because we land like very close to their team and all this kind of stuff. But it's actually not the worst, because look at how much attention and space you're pulling as you're doing this, right? Like your Kiri gets the pick on the Ana, all three of them are looking at you, right? And then now your team's able to swing with like a little bit more safety. Obviously, this Widow's like going to be a huge problem for them still, right? But you're still creating a lot of space. You're still having a lot of value here, so this is good. Good. Oh, that is just unfortunate. Oh. Holy cow, this Weaver is getting so much value. Nice. Good. Nice. Yeah, I think this is all fine. It's all good.
Yeah, my plan was to just jump there, not to ever jump the high ground.
Yeah. No worries. It worked out pretty well, honestly. Nice. I like this, right? So what's the green light here? This is pretty hard engage.
The fact that like Arissa is nowhere near.
Yeah, and the fact that and like no one is near her, right?
Yeah.
Completely alone. Yeah. So this is.
That is a no man's land here.
Yeah. Now the one caveat I would say to this is that, when you're hard engaging on like let's say the Ana, you have to be aware of the fact that like if nothing else is happening, their Widow has free reign like as long as your next cycle comes up. You know what I mean? So if the Widow's in like an aggressive position, let's say like here, right? Yeah. It's better to like, even though the Ana's like split and very juicy target, right? Like it's better to take that threat off the board first, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good. I really like that we're being very patient with our setup on high ground, but as soon as we see the Arissa coming up here, right? What's going through our head? Yeah, go out, get out and do what?
Yeah. Find somewhere else to stage, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Or rather, like as you hear her like coming this way, just walk the other direction, right?
Oh.
Just drop off on these guys, right? Good. This is what's probably going to get you killed here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, very, very lucky the Yana misses sleep. Oh boy. Okay, make it out.
Thank you.
But it's not a coincidence that as this is happening, their DBS is finding picks in our team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. Fine, right? Kind of just waiting for the team to group up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. What in the heck is going on here, right? This is like a very blind jump, very hard engage, right?
So basically, I saw my big Q button glow up, and I was like, you know what? I think Gushue is in me. And then I was like, primal blade question mark, and then I probably just end up looking like a dumbass.
Okay. So, but my question is like, do you even know that they're here when you jump?
I don't know. I think I'm just kind of using gut instinct and guessing that
God,
like
okay.
will be on the corner.
Okay, all right. So hopefully these blind jumps don't happen too many more times, but if they do, that's definitely something to try to stop doing. My goodness. Wow, the perfectly spaced blind jump right on the platform. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, and then talk to me about why we jump, like do this vertical jump here and like land in the same spot. What's the plan?
I think it's kind of, since I have primal, I'm still like, okay, I can stay in for longer.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna just high jumping to like,
Just going for damage on whoever.
yeah, just like reload and then like,
Okay.
obviously since it's a high jump, I'll get like my jump back.
Yeah. I don't hate you going for the high jump, right, and going for more damage trying to stay in. I think that's fine, right? But be specific on who you're actually trying to hit, right? Because you had this insanely lucky, you know what I mean? But like insane engage, it is lucky, but like it is an insane engage on the Weaver, right? And you get him low, and you actually do kind of split him, right? But we just get very distracted with like what's going on, and then we end up like kind of wasting this like insane opportunity. Which like this is all fine, right? The kite, all this is fine. But as soon as we have the jump back, we should just be like jumping the Weaver, right?
Yeah.
I know split is this whole time, man.
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of oblivious.
That's fair, I suppose, but you were chasing him like a second ago, you know what I mean?
I think it was just monkey do that.
Yeah. It's all fine. Yeah, and then right here is like, oh, damn. But you do kill the main, that's good. Good, I like that you're getting off the Orisa, pressure low, nice, long stuff. Only, like, small nitpick is, right? We don't know what the status of the Ana cooldowns are here, right? So just bubble, like, as soon as you get here.
Careful.
Yeah.
Because you just don't want to sleep. Yeah, this is good.
Enemy spotted. I'm with you.
Where should we be staging for this next fight?
High ground.
High ground where?
Like, I think I'd probably staged like where your cursor just was, like bottom there. Yeah, there.
Right here? Yeah, I like it. Right? Because if it prevents them from like being anywhere near here, right?
Yeah.
And so it's going to force people to set up like here, here, right? And then from here we can decide like if we want to hard engage, or if they do not, or if they fail to respect the fact that we're sitting up here, then we can just drop on them, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Give me one more option.
I don't know, maybe these. I mean, first thing is like, I'm honestly not sure. I'm guessing somewhere like towards the top of the screen, but not exactly sure where.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you're absolutely right. So this is obviously like, you know, for the same reasons that we just discussed, it has some like pretty major benefits, right? But something like this, if, for example, you, for some reason, know that their Widow or somebody, some threat is like coming this way, right? we can set up here, right? And either like hide behind these pipes or just like on this corner here, right? And then it will force the enemies, instead of like setting up from here like we said before, it will force them this way, right?
Yeah.
And so let's say, for example, you have like a Reaper or something, right? You know, he's like hiding here with ult. Doing something
Yeah.
like this is like very, very beneficial in that very specific scenario. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Okay.
also, what I'm hearing is that staging doesn't always have to be on high ground necessarily then as well.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be, right? Because what is the major benefit of high ground? Like, why is high ground good?
So that you can kind of like shoot down on people without getting shot back
Yeah, exactly. And using the ledge as what?
as like cover.
Yes, exactly. The reason that high ground is good and strong first person shooters is just that it acts as a form of natural cover, right? You get to decide when to peek, right? And then if you want to stop taking damage, you just back up, and then the ledge blocks damage, right?
Yeah.
So that's exactly the same thing as like a corner or like a wall. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Now obviously, like you cannot, like, the other added benefit is that because it's horizontal, you can like walk across it, right? So it gives you more options too. And then there's other options, like, it's easier to hit headshots because you're aiming down, and you have more information and all this kind of stuff, and that's all true, right? But the major benefit is that it just acts as a piece of cover, right?
Mhm.
So if you can find a better piece of cover, like more relevant to where the fight is going to be or where you want to be, right? Then it's still just as strong as high ground, if not stronger.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So let's see what happens here. Good. I like the stage.
冻住，不许走！
Okay, so a lot of indecision here, right?
Yeah.
So we're like debating whether or not to engage with Bob or to like peel for this Blizzard thing going on, right?
Mhm.
I think peel, like, the decision you made is fine, right? But how do we execute on this, right? Because we're trying to kill this Mei or stop this Mei from killing us. Talk to me about how we can.
Well, firstly, I think what I do here is jump into the blizzard like a dumbass. So probably not to do that. Firstly,
I actually think the dropping into Blizzard is not a big deal because you waited long enough so that's not going to freeze you anyway.
okay.
I think it's where you dropped off, right? Because we don't want to be here and then have to chase the Mei. We want to drop off on her, right?
Hmm.
And then we can bubble to block like heals and all this kind of stuff, right? Or maybe we even like
Yeah.
drop bubble on our Genji and then jump at the Mei or something like that, right? To protect him and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All that's like possible, right? But I think the main issue is you dropping off from here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
let's kind of see what happens here.
Barrier active.
Yeah, and then bubbling when we don't need the bubble at this point, right? We need
Yeah.
the bubble later.
来接支援。
Payload forward.
Now that, yeah, this fight's gonna be so lost.
Damage output increased.
Don't tell me we primal. We killed the on at least? Nice. Would we make it out too? Insane if we make it out. Oh, we could have lived.
Oh,
We could have lived. The bubble cooldown was out.
I mean, free primal blade for Anna.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, obviously, like, don't primal there because fight's over. You know what I mean? You're not gonna win that. So.
Progress is still progress.
Remember, 99% of Winston stop 1v5 primaling before they hit the big win.
Okay. So obviously, as a monkey, like, looking at this situation feels horrible, right? Like, where do I
Yeah.
go? Like, how am I supposed to access their backline? Like, I'm just staring at a whole bunch of poke damage, right? So, talk to me about how we can like circumvent, like, avoid this kind of situation.
I think my first thought here, like, instantly is, like, looking at this map, it kind of just, like, drop to the low ground and then try dive the supports from low, but...
Okay.
So, like, say from, like, kind of that area where second point ends, like, that circle.
So drop here and then go this way and then jump.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think that's fine, right? Now obviously, this is a bit of a solo play. Like, no one can really help you here, right? So who who is your team looking at right now?
Orisa.
And
May.
yeah, this guy here, right? So they're all staring this way, right? So ideally, we want our engage to be on the people that they can pressure, right? So that our engage has a higher chance of success. Doing something like this is basically just like praying that they win the resource fight by taking 2 supports out, which is fine. You know what I mean? It's like a viable play for sure. But it is like it's a bit more of a risk in my head.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say we want to engage in this area, right? What are our options here?
I mean, do you even like necessarily have to directly engage on them and instead try like place a bubble that almost kind of cuts off the support LOS and then play like within that?
Yeah, you could too. Yeah, you could do that too. Obviously, like you want to be zapping something, right? So you can put bubble, like you're saying, place bubble something like here, right? And then be here, and then zap them here this way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's a fine idea, right? But let's say, like, okay, in order to do this, where do we need to start our jump from or start our engage from?
Probably more towards like bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
Like,
so something like this, right?
yeah.
Or you could like slow play and like, you know, drop down, walk all the way around and jump something like this, right?
Yeah.
But the whole point of me pointing this out is you cannot jump from the same angle your team is at, right? Because everyone's staring this way, right?
Yeah.
Not only is it like a reach, like distance wise, but it's just extremely low chance of success, right? Like you can get booped out, you can get speared, you can, you know, everyone's gonna see you coming, all this kind of stuff. So even with Monkey, who doesn't shoot in like straight lines outside of like his very weak right click, even with Monkey, like stuff like angles and off angles matters, right? So so this idea that you just pointed out, right? You're basically dropping to the off angle, right? Creating, like, letting your team be the main angle, and then as the tank taking the off angle and engaging from that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Good. Okay, good stuff. So let's see what happens.
I didn't say you could rest.
Nice, finding the off angle. This is so good.
I'm here.
Yeah, good stuff. I think this is fun. Yeah, look at how many cooldowns we force. This is huge, right? Okay, but as this happens, right, so we're forced out of our bubble. Our Genji is making a hero play in the back, right? But our jump cooldown is now off cooldown, right? So what can we do here?
Do you mean the bubble cooldown?
Sorry, I mean the jump is like came back, but the bubble's still on cooldown.
Like bubble still has like half of its duration left, although like could you even just try jump back into it and like pressure out the Maymore?
Sure. What's the big like detracting
Orisa.
factor? Yeah. So if the Orisa weren't here and the Mei like comes out of ice block like now, then I think it's fine, right? But again, like, so what is our team like doing right now?
So Genji's being silly.
Yeah, a little bit.
Kerry's trying to stop him from being so silly, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Widow's kind of just shooting. And Mercy's kind of just there as well.
I mean, Widow's following up on what you're doing, right? So yeah, so not too bad there. But in terms, so okay, so let me ask you this, right? If we're gonna engage in something, but we don't have bubble, who would we rather engage on? Tank, DPS, or supports?
DPS or supports, pretty much whoever's like most isolated, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. But supports, generally speaking, because they have less chance of like just absolutely melting you, right?
Yeah.
Now obviously, you know, against these supports in particular, right? Without bubble, the things you have to worry about are sleep and then nade and all this kind of stuff. But what is going on right now that I guarantee you is going to suck up those cooldowns first?
The Dragon Blade.
Yeah, exactly. So in something like this, when you see your like Genji like hard engaging this way, right? Like just walk this way and then jump. Just jump them, right?
Yeah.
Because yes, he's being silly, but if when he dies, right? This push is going to be over, right? And they might have to use ults to like counteract this too. So just be silly with him for a little bit, right? It doesn't mean you have to die. It doesn't mean you have to feed your ass off, but be silly with them. Right?
Like, yeah, that's one thing that like when I played Valorant a lot, like that's one thing that constantly was people like said to me, like, if one teammate's doing something silly with them, what's going to be more successful? One person doing something silly, or all 5 doing something silly with them?
Yeah, exactly. There used to be like an old saying from Jane, who was like one of the OG educational Overwatch content creators. He was like, one person doing something stupid is feeding, 2 people doing something stupid is a strat, or like 2 or more, you know, it's like a strat. So yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I think this is fine. Not too much you're able to do here. Nice. No, good. Nice. Bit of a shameful miss of a right click there, I gotta say.
What do you mean? I didn't see anything.
Alrighty. Yep, she's good. We'll chill. Yeah, jump again. Get him! Nice.
I remember. Yeah, oh no, I did get the kill. I remember
Yeah.
dying for some
Good
reason.
stuff. This is all really good. This offense is going pretty smoothly.
There they are. Get ready.
Oh, you think the Ana's still alive, right?
Yeah, I kind of thinking that's like someone's surely got to be with Orisa down this angle, so I'm
Gotcha.
diving there to cut them off, and then
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm like, wait, Orisa's just feeding.
Fire.
Well, the Ana was there, but the Widow just, you know, blew her head off,
Yeah.
so.
No one can resist my spell.
This cast is feeding, bro. Nice, good stuff. Yeah, no, nothing really to talk about so far.
I thought this would be harder.
There's an enemy here.
Okay. Why is this maybe not the best idea?
Orisa's like literally underneath my cheeks.
Yeah. It's also like, they were close enough to you where you didn't necessarily have to use jump at all. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm nitpicking. I think it's fine, honestly.
Yeah.
Good. Nice wall. And here's where I'd say, like we kind of get distracted a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Because the Mei still has like ice block, we never forced that, right? We should just try to kill the easier thing, right? And the easier thing is going to be for sure like supports and stuff like that, right? Especially if we have Prime and all this kind of stuff. But now that we're like in Blizzard and Frozen, okay, if you don't die to Blizzard, just don't pop Primal.
I think I died to Blizzard, thank God. Otherwise, I would have definitely propped Primal.
Okay. No.
Oh,
Okay. We still kill the Ana, maybe? Nice. Yeah, so I think your Primal mechanics are honestly like pretty good, especially for someone who's like just started playing Winston.
Thank you.
But like the decision of when to pop Primal is like god awful.
We're like 50% of the free Primal blades.
Yeah. Yeah, but we do make it out, so that's good.
You have my
World's
gratitude.
best Suzy right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Good. Great staging, right? It allows us to walk wherever we want on this high ground, right? Okay. But importantly, okay, here's just like a perfect example, right? What should, like, how do we take this? Let's assume our Widow doesn't die, right? Like we have a full team, right? How do we take this fight?
I mean, I think it's either Mei or Hands or one of the two. Since Mei's just use ice. I think I'm not sure actually which one's probably closer in range, because I feel like one of them you should be able to reach without having to use jump.
Now,
Probably-
let me ask you this, because this kind of goes back to what we were talking about before. Do we have to engage off of our stage?
No.
Okay. If
So-
so, where else? Like, what's the next stage location, right? Because if we're not engaging, it's we're staging again, right? So where's the next stage location? Do you think?
behind the wall, like that. Like
Perfect. Exactly right. And so going behind the wall is going to do what to their general team formation here, right?
well, firstly, Hanzo's kind of in the middle of no lands.
Yeah, exactly. So you zap him, then what is he going to do?
He's gonna hopefully die. If not,
But
be
probably
forced
not,
out.
right? yeah. He's gonna back up, right?
Mhm.
And so what's gonna happen is, right, like if by staging like this, right, their team is shooting this way, right? But by forcing the people swinging wide, taking the angle on your team, right? And with this good stage, he's gonna back up, and this will go away, right?
Mhm.
Then that's gonna let your team swing this way and shoot them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's exactly how we create space on the monkey, right? So instead of like, dropping off and then jumping out and doing that whole cycle here, right? This is a perfect opportunity to just like stage again, right?
Mhm.
And then just engage on the Hanzo by zapping him this way. Perfect. Okay. So let's see what happens. So now, right? It's like the same exact thing as if we had just jumped from here, right? Like it's like, oh, so like, what was the point of doing all this, right? It's just a bit of a shame.
Your secret. Let's keep it moving.
We are pulling a lot of resources, a lot of attention. Yeah, we're forced to jump out. Yeah, and then we die. Unlucky.
Got you.
No one can resist my spell.
The rage of the moonbase wasn't
Heroes
good.
never die.
Right. Number. Take. Thank you.
60 seconds.
Right, same exact situation, right? Dropping isn't really going to be too productive here, obviously, right? So we stage again. We forced ice block already, so we just stage again and force the Mei back, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. He even makes it even easier on us when she isolates herself like this, right? This is really nice.
Barrier activated.
Now, again, the only issue is that this is just like a little bit early relative to your team, right? Like,
Yeah.
like you saw them wall, so you know they can't see you here, right? So
Yeah.
jumping this deep is like suicide, right? But jumping here to force the Mei out is fine, right? And then just waiting for the wall to to drop and stabilize here. Right?
Yeah.
Because this was a good stage jump, but you turned it into a hard engage when you like go this deep and then bubble.
Yeah.
Right? I like this. I think this is great. Fun. So here I'm like a little bit of a tunnel vision here, right? Because here we can see the brig is like super low, and I think at this point you can actually like see it on like in the like as you're playing the game from your perspective, right? Yeah, so unlucky that the brig doesn't die here. Nice, good kill. Okay. So this is like this is panic, right? This is like chaos panic. So right here, right? You killed both supports. Your team is for the most part alive, right? So what is your win condition in a fight like this? If they have no supports, like they cannot last very long in the fight, right?
It's
So-
basically
Yeah, go ahead.
just outlive their tank. Like, don't feed.
Yeah, exactly. Just play slow, right? Like you just let the fight drag on, right? And the tank will like naturally like have to back up and be passive, right?
Yeah.
So and especially like when we're this close to primal, right? We just want to like play slow, farm up the primal, right? So what can we do from here?
I mean, we could probably just honestly, maybe jump up to where like Junkrat is almost or something, or just like somewhere more passive.
Okay, so if you
So-
jump up to where Junkrat is, right? How many people can see you?
2.
Right. And generally speaking, I mean, well, like their whole team at the moment can see you, right?
Mhm.
So it's actually not as passive as you think it is, right? The right play is to just not jump and just play this corner and keep zapping the Orisa, right? Don't attract attention from the nanoed Mei if you can help it,
Okay.
and then farm primal like as much as you can, and then maybe you can kill the Mei. Make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause now we're taking like a ton of damage when we'd like to be stabilizing, right?
动作只能不洗澡。
Oh yeah, and this is kind of a bummer. So here, when you hear the blizzard, just jump out, right? Like it doesn't matter where, because you have primal, right? Just jump out.
Yeah.
You're safe with me.
This primaling obviously before you get frozen is like a good idea if you need to live,
Yeah.
right? But the mistake is that like letting yourself get frozen in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh, big. Nice. Oh my god, massive. Okay, it worked out. Alright, good stuff. Okay, any questions after the first round here?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay, cool. So, a lot of people don't realize, and I'm actually gonna make a video about this soon.
Ready for battle.
But playing defense monkey is a lot easier than playing offense monkey. Why do you think that is?
Because you get to pretty much pick your stage before they come.
Yeah, exactly, 100%, right? They're forced to close the distance on you, and monkey's obviously a short range hero, right? So picking a spot where they have to walk into you, and then like having the jump to do whatever you want with afterwards is like so nice, right?
Oh, but it's so boring. Like, I just want to end.
Well, unfortunately, you only get to int when you have like massive advantages, right? And then you can go in.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is an area like to stage from, yes, but the disadvantage of something like this is that like you basically can't peek, because if you do, you're gonna get poked out, right? And obviously, like monkey's like one of monkey's biggest weaknesses is range poke, because he can't interact with it really, and also if he has less health, then like he can't really engage with bubble and all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So where is a position that we can kind of set up from without taking poke?
I mean, my first silly instinct is just telling me right next to the doorway.
Yeah.
Or like,
Something like this, right? Yeah, so then when they walk through, and then you get free access to their backline, absolutely, right? And then the benefit to something like this is that you can still have high ground to jump out, right?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I think that's fine, right? The caveat to doing this, like in order for this to succeed, again, is like you're setting up an off angle with your team, right? But again, in order for this to succeed, is that your team needs to be looking here, right? So if no one is set up here, then this becomes like very risky, and like you're just feeding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But because your team is pretty set up, right? You have like you have your Kiri looking this way, you have Junk this way, Weaver this way, right? I think it's like totally viable to go for. Okay.
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Sniper
Defend objective A.
barrier active.
Let's get our hands dirty.
There's an enemy here.
Like that.
Smartest Somber main.
Say again?
Smartest Somber main.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I know why you're doing this. Like you want to like pressure the Widow and like stop all this. Why is this like super risky?
Can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure like Ramatra was literally like a couple of meters away from me.
So Ramatra's here, right? And then you jump here. It's not so much that Ramatra is like close, because no matter what, like it's not so much that Ramatra's close. It's the fact that, again, like what was the key ingredient to why something like this would be successful, like setting up here?
It's because of like splitting, like.
Yeah, but like, so hold on. Let me bring you back to like the original view that we had. So we talked about this is like okay to do if what?
If there's a clear advantage.
No, not so much, right? If our team can see this, right? If we're setting up.
Oh yeah.
Right. Hard engage, like we need a clear advantage if we're hard engaging, right?
Oh yeah, no, I think that's what I meant by splitting. Sorry.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so the reason that this is like super risky now is because our team can't see this, right? Widow got 2. Also, their team is just backing up as soon as Widow gets 1, right? So this becomes super risky, right?
Yeah.
And then, ironically, what you are doing is a hard engage, and that's when you would need like a very clear advantage, but we don't really have one, right? So let's see.
My strength will be yours.
Nice. Let's go the Widow though. Nice. That works out. Good try. Oh my god, I thought she was gonna die again. Okay, so ironically, I actually don't like this stage. Okay, well, caveat being, okay, if you drop onto their backline, then I think it's, like, still salvageable, right? But you actually don't necessarily really need to jump out when you do. You can kind of, like, keep playing this, like, statue area for a little bit longer, and then jump out if they, like, take multiple angles on you or something like that. But here, I think this is fine. Yeah, what you need to do is, yeah, go backline.
Be careful.
Good. I think this is fine, right? Like, clearly the advantage here is that their Widow's, like, super split. Okay. Yep. Nice. Really good. Yep. Huge. Yeah, I think even this is fine. Yeah, oh my god.
Oh, that was massive.
Say again?
Sorry, I'm fucking brain rotted.
No, you're fine.
Over there! Over here.
Okay. So this, like, I know, like, it's tempting because she's trapped, but low-key, this is, like, not an advantage. You know what? It achieves a lot. Honestly, I think it's fine.
Life protects life.
Good. I like that you didn't use the jump. Now you have the chase. Perfect. Shield. Nice. Yeah. This is huge. Yeah, this is all really good stuff.
Winston is winning.
Okay, so where does it go wrong? Because so far this game, you're playing like a champ.
I don't know, I think, if I remember correctly, we just kind of collapsed like the last 2 points or something.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so this, like, something like this is where you would want to set up like here, right? Because you want to, like, take this fight a little bit earlier, so they're... But, you know, obviously, you know, your Widow just kind of gets diffed here, so not too much of a difference.
Be careful.
Yeah, but now you're forcing yourself to hard engage, right?
You're safe with me.
I don't think they belong on the point.
Okay. Who on their team is split right now? I'll give
Wait,
you-
on their team or our team?
on their team. I'll give you another run back here. Ready? Watch carefully, okay? It's tough. Honestly, like, I don't expect you to notice this, but it's kind of important to try.
Is there someone behind me or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. So here,
Behind
I'm
me
gonna
isn't
play.
he?
I'm gonna play it one more time, okay?
Okay.
I don't think they belong on the point.
Is it the brick?
Yeah. The brig whipped you, right?
Ah,
So you know that she's like way back here, right?
yeah.
So I know you're on the Widow, and you know you're pressuring her, and you're taking a lot of June's attention and all this kind of stuff, and that's all good, right? That's all true. But it actually becomes like way easier to like chase these people a little bit, like let them walk forward, and then go for brig, right?
Mhm.
Because I'm assuming you kind of just tunnel vision on this for a little while.
Yeah.
Look at where the brig is. You see how she's just like feeding into you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know how I didn't notice.
That's alright. That's alright. I mean, like, you're so focused on like not letting Widow kill people, which I think is fine, right? Because when the Widow jumps, like takes this position, then it's like, okay, now I have to jump her because if I don't, she's gonna kill my team, right? So I think that jump is fine, right? Yeah. Then now it's just kind of can't really do anything. Oh Oh my god. What
Oh,
a
right
rival,
on,
man.
That's technically right. I don't even get one. And then I die.
Personne
I think it's the
n'échappe.
beginning of the collapse, if I remember correctly.
No one
Safety in numbers.
résiste, my personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Yeah, I think this jump is fine. I was gonna say like just bubble here, so to waste more of the wall time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just bubble here and like don't overcommit for it, but just bubble and just tap her.
Of course. Yes.
Nice, good. It's a little bit unfortunate.
Watch here.
Nice, bubble, good. Nice, really good stuff.
Just needed a dash of mischief.
Yeah, dude. Now, did you know that the brig was low?
I knew that they were like probably like half or something because like
Okay.
I saw they were pretty low, and then I saw Juno healed them a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
So actually, like you can know for certain that the brig is low because you are zapping her here. Right? She's really low here. She lives, and then you kill her. Right? So she can't get more healing. You know what I mean?
That is
Yeah,
right.
this is really big. Yeah, massive.
Enemy here.
Do not provoke.
Okay, where can we stage?
I think I end up staging on like the machine gun thingy.
Oh, this thing you're saying?
Yeah.
Why is this not so good?
Oh, because I just get poked out.
Yeah, exactly. It's like super easy to poke you out here, right?
Mhm.
So where can we go?
So like if I have like a read that someone's gonna come high ground, like on like maybe that tube or even just like playing the corner behind the machine.
Like something like this?
Yeah, or even like on
Sure.
the pipe as well.
Yeah,
like,
sure. But so you're saying like so this position is obviously setting up for this choke here, right? This like small opening here.
Yeah.
Right? But before the enemy team gets to this choke, which choke did they have to pass through?
The gates.
Yes, exactly, right? So where can we stage for the gate?
Probably on the right side, preferably, because like the left side has the door, I guess. So like right side of the gate.
Okay, sure. I mean, the door's like not too much of a threat because they have to like walk all the way in, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so right side is fine if you have a support that's able to see here, right? If your whole team is playing this angle, which it kind of seems like they might, right? Then left side is like honestly probably a little bit better. Yeah. And then the other thing is if your team doesn't move up, right? So they're clearly not set up for this area. They're now set up for like this area. Where else can we stage?
So like if that's set up to like play that corner, probably just like around the anywhere on that high ground, really just like on like that bridge or something.
You're saying like here maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, well this is gonna force you to have to use your jump to get in, right? Think creative.
Is it stupid to say like behind that circular thingy?
Yeah, 100%, right? Something like this, yeah. You could even, like, if they don't force you out, if they don't clear you, you could even play the mega room, right? Wait for their team to walk this way, and then just walk out this way and zap them, right? Another option is, like, I don't like it as much because it's not as much of a cross angle, but, like, or crossfire, I should say. Yeah, you can do something like this as well, right? Good, yeah. Good stuff. Let's keep going. Outsnipe the Widow. That's 3 headshots. Oh my god, 4!
Why do I go back?
And then what's the missing ingredient in something like this? Obviously, like, you know, she's already low, which is really nice. But we don't know that.
Yeah. No, what do you mean? It's game sense.
Yeah, you just fucking feel it, right?
Yeah,
what is the key missing ingredient here, do you
just
think?
looking at the X-rays, my team is nowhere nearby.
Yeah, exactly right. Your team just cannot follow them. but you are creating a lot of space, right? And I think even like everything I think was fine up until this. Like choosing to disengage this way was like low-key, like crazy. Oh god, we live. We live. Oh, okay. So if we're gonna live in this situation, just jump this way. Go for mega here, right? Yeah.
I still somehow remember surviving this slow. Oh no.
Yeah, I was gonna say like there's no shot, right? Like, 30 HP.
I think a similar situation happened.
Okay.
Careful.
It's never too late to try again.
That's crazy that team wins this.
Now not this fair. The enemy team is pushing the payload. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to
Yeah, I don't like you staging up here though.
Either from the coaching or
A big hug for a large guest. Much appreciated.
Okay, now that they're off Widow, I think this stage is fine, right? The only person that can really poke you out here is like Juno, Sombra, right? But if they're not looking you know, I think this is fine, right? Okay. When they Juno ult here, right? What is our like? Because if in neutral, right, against Juno, like what the heck can Monkey do?
as far as I'm aware, not much.
Yeah, like
Other than-
really nothing.
Yeah, other than like people who are outside the Juno ult, he can't really do much.
Right, exactly. So, but obviously, we are in a situation where we're not in neutral, right? We have the ability to do something, right?
Yep.
So, what can we do against Juno ult?
Can we try almost like displace her out of
Yeah.
the ult?
Yeah, exactly. Basically, like if they're gonna pop Juno ult this way, we want to put ourselves here and just like push them back, right? Like prevent them from using this angle, because clearly this is the angle they want to shoot down, right? Like they're Juno ulting this way, they're shooting this way, right? So you just we place ourselves here and just like basically just displace them, exactly as you said, right? Just keep pushing them back, right? We don't want to swing too wide and jump deep into here, right? But as long as we're on this corner and just keep pushing them back, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
Now, if we miss the timing to do it, like let's say our opportunity recognition isn't quite there, right? We're basically just forced to wait because we can't really do anything against any of this. Right?
Yeah. So about waiting.
Oh, and then we primal. Oh my god. Okay, so every single one of your primals so far have been into like lost fights. Oh, nice little Sqwigle there though.
Yeah.
We're outnumbered. I preferred the payload when it wasn't moving. Oh!
Miracle of science.
Okay. Ooh, okay. What is the green light that's telling you to go in here?
I think it's A, the fact that my Curry's with me,
Mm-hmm.
and B, the fact that Sombra's kind of isolated from the rest of her team.
Yeah. There's no one on their team, unless the Sombra has EMP, right? No one on their team can really punish you for doing this, right?
Yeah.
However, if their Sig were here, right, then I'd say this is like not a good idea because like you can get rocked and die, right?
Mhm.
Okay, fair enough.
An enemy!
Break it, you suicidal man.
Don't mess with a blind scientist.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're just like trying to prevent yourself from getting rocked here.
Yeah.
Honestly, just let yourself get rocked. Like if he rocks you here, there's no way he kills you anyway. So you're...
Yeah.
Good. I like the stage. Nice stuff.
Oh god, please ignore the right click accuracy.
Okay, so I would say this is maybe. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
Eyes on on the back.
The payload is advancing. Hardly
Go. There we go.
Barrier
So
initiated.
here, just a little bit late, right? You see how far back your team's being pushed,
Mhm.
right? So it becomes very difficult for them to follow up on here.
Yeah.
It's just almost too late, but I think right now I think it's fine. Die. Nice. Good. Nice. Oh. Okay. So, do you know how long EMP the ability lockout lasts?
Is it 2 secs?
It's like I think it's like around 3, right?
Oh,
But right here, it is actually like really important for you to live here. So right here, you actually is when your abilities come back, right? So definitely like just jump out, right? Because the only way you guys are gonna like win this is if you stall with Primal to get like your respawns back, right?
Yeah.
So here, just jump out and then like jump out this way to get Mega, or jump out this way to get Mini, or whatever, right? Or maybe even this way to get Mega, right? But you just need to live.
Overtime.
Like you should be just spamming the jump button is I guess what I'm saying.
Round 2 complete.
Okay. Let's keep going. Any questions here?
No.
Ready for battle.
Barrier
1.
initiated.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Watch here. Teamwork
Okay.
makes the
Let me watch this back again. What was the green light?
Ash's follow up, and I think like Curry's there as well.
So your Curry's here, right? When you say Ash's follow up, what specifically are you talking about?
Like I saw her dynamiting.
Okay. I was gonna say like it's pretty lucky that the Brig gets hit by the dynamite here, right here. But if you dove with that intention, then I would say it's not lucky. So I mean, it is a little lucky to be honest, because like she doesn't need to stay here. Excuse me. And like you don't necessarily know that she's actually burning yet, right? So it is like a little bit fortunate. Yeah. I just like to be honest, like I can't imagine like how often do you pull this combo off?
In my games, not often, since I'm not
Yeah.
in voice chat. I think the only reason why I do it is when I get the chances, because like I have seen like higher level players do
Yeah.
it. So
Okay, fair enough. Okay. You know what I'll say is like if that was your intention, then I think it's fine.
also,
If you-
wait, I
Okay.
think it may. I think looking back on it as well, I think Reaper was also TPing up at the same time as like I was jumping, maybe, or like I heard it TP to me.
Yeah, let's
So
watch
like,
this
I
one
was
more
kinda
time.
like,
The point.
Okay, there's no shot. There's no shot. The Reaper was in the calculation.
I don't know, maybe.
But okay, you know what? Fair. You know what? I'll say fair. Like if you're trying to combo dive with dynamite, then it's fine, right? Again, I just don't like that you're forcing yourself to like hard engage from back here, right? You can stage here, you can stage here, right? Good.
makes the dream work.
Nice. We do make it out.
Healing.
So here, because your Curie is dead, and you can see like your Alari is like very preoccupied or something, just go get Mega.
30 seconds.
oh, why'd I do that?
Yeah, this is like you're essentially dead, right, for the entire rest of the fight.
Onward and upward. Soldier 76.
10 seconds.
Let's keep
Get
our
on over
defense.
here. My gift to you.
Stop the payload.
Over there. Everybody come over here.
I really like this stage positioning, right? Because clearly your team is like very set up for taking the fight here, right?
Mhm.
So this is really, really good. Watch here. Like you don't want to get poked out, honestly. So you just like honestly just chill. Like just wait for your team to start turning and looking this way, right?
You're safe
This
with
is
me.
a pretty big mistake. Bubbling like this is like no bueno, right? Because your team's not ready. Like they can't see this far around the corner, right? And then also, bubbling here versus like on the ground limits how far you can go anyway. If that makes sense. Yeah. So this is kind of stay here. Yeah, and then now you're just like full forced out, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is somber, man.
Yeah. Rough game for them. Somehow they went on.
What was the green light here? I don't even know what you're jumping here, to be honest.
Replay that.
Yeah.
Performance.
Right.
Is it just Sig alone?
So I'm gonna speak like a politician here and say, I don't know what I'm jumping.
Okay, fair. Alright. I mean, dude, like, these players are validating you so hard. Like, this Brig is just killing herself. So. We take this.
God.
We take this.
Oh, it's because Sig ulted.
Yeah.
Ready for battle.
There you go, daring me, bro.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective
Wow, and the Sig just immediately dropped for you.
Yep.
I'm fine with
A. 60 seconds.
it. Nice.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I would say like if you should treat a Junkrat as worse than a Reaper. Like he can kill you faster than a Reaper can.
Yeah.
Unless the Reaper's like hitting a ton of headshots, right? But yeah, so you just have to be careful, like hard engaging on a Junkrat when he's like chilling on high ground like this. It's
Yeah.
super risky. And again, right, like if we're gonna hard engage this high ground, like fine if that's your plan. You know, if you've like done the calculation, you think it's worth it. But which is better, do you think? This angle or this angle?
The first angle.
Yeah, why?
Because it's deeper.
Not that it's deeper, it's just different from your team, right?
Yeah.
So he's not already looking at you. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Oh my god. Wow.
Time's running out. Let's pick it up.
Touching time.
Okay. What's the plan here?
That's a great question.
All right, let me ask you a better question. What should the plan be here? Okay, so let's back it up.
Yeah.
Right? They're holding low ground. A lot of them, they obviously are putting a lot of damage in this choke here, right? How do we break this choke? How do we get them to turn? How do we get them to move away?
So firstly, like take a different angle. Obviously, first thing. So obviously, you could even, I guess, just be jumping like something to like the left side of the arch and just like putting pressure from there and just like chilling behind the arch.
Yeah, 100%, right? Even jumping to here would even be strong, right?
Yeah.
You might have to use a bubble for it, but it's gonna force them back this way for sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Good. Like obviously, what you do here is like the big no is you like swing here, and then you just take like maybe 300, 400 damage worth of poke. Because you're literally just walking at the enemy team, like just like full, like as if you're a roadhog or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so this is obviously like the exact opposite of what we want Monkey Play to look like.
Oh, this is not textbook.
But this Brig bashes in at you, like so. Oh my god! Again, just validating your position.
God, this whole game needs coaching. Oh, well, no, what am I doing?
This is jitters. This is panic. We know you're more you're capable of more than this, so I don't want to like harp on it too much. But yeah, definitely not the move. This is probably it here, I would imagine. Unlucky. Okay. Oh, touch. Okay.
No.
Okay. Before we talk about big takeaways, right? Because again, that's the whole idea. That's what we're trying to end with. That's what we're trying to walk away with. Let's talk about positives, right? What do you feel like you did well in this VOD review?
So ignoring some of the primal timings,
Yeah.
I think some of the primal mechanics were decent. Like, say on like the Anna, like,
Yeah.
sure that Anna was happy about that.
Yeah. Is that something you're practicing, by the way? Like the juggle mechanics?
A bit, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, like, if you just picked up Monkey and you're already like that naturally good at juggling, I was like, what the hell?
No,
but yeah, okay.
I did play like before I properly picked up tank. I think I mean I can quickly check the hero levels actually. Just I have my Overwatch open.
Did you play a lot of Monkey beforehand or something like that?
Yeah. So I mean, I can't remember if I told you before in that first DPS VOD review, but before I kind of like got seriously into Overwatch again, I was mainly like playing tank casually. So yeah, no, Monkey's like level 20 as well. So and like my second most is like
Gotcha.
Arissa, level
Gotcha.
17, which I'm ashamed of, but
Okay, sounds good. Okay, yes, because I can clearly see that it's definitely paying off to some extent. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
I think the problem mechanics were good. I also I like the fact that you're already looking to stage, right? Like the initial staging jumps are strong. It's just like sometimes the execution of how to engage after falls apart a little bit, but the fact that you're already looking to engage as a gold tank is really really good, or to stage, excuse me, as a gold tank is
Yeah.
really, really good. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about big takeaways. What do you think is your biggest area of improvement?
The biggest area of improvement. So yeah, I think it's kind of going back to what you were just saying there. It's like the setup is good, but then it's just like the actual engage or like knowing when to just set up even deeper.
Yeah. And what is we talked about it briefly and we didn't exactly make the direct connection, but what do you think is going to tell you when it's okay to like engage or when it's okay to or when you should like set up again deeper?
I think it's kind of based off like either my team's positioning
Yes.
or like the advantages, so like cooldowns,
Yes.
HP, all that stuff.
Exactly. Perfect. Okay. So what I'll say is for you it'll be after initial stage jump, what to do next. Okay. In order to engage on the enemy team, you want your team to already have a line of sight on them. Okay.
So does that just include turning around for like a second?
Yeah,
And
that's fine. Yeah, just to
Yeah.
check, right?
Mhm.
As you get better at that kind of thing, you'll need to do that a little bit less. You'll just kind of know, like through audio cues and like seeing bullet tracers and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Alternatively, stage again, but deeper. Okay, to help make space for your team. Think about the example of the Hanzo on the left side near that wall. Does that make sense when I say that?
yeah.
Okay, cool. That's like very vague, but
Like I don't know, even like include a screenshot maybe or something.
yeah, I mean you'll have the recording to go
Yeah.
back to as well. Okay. Good. What else do we need to work on, do you think?
Primal timing.
Yes, exactly. This is, I think, like these 2 points like will be like more than enough, honestly. Okay. So you need to know when the fight is lost, and
I'll hit that
stop
1v5
primaling.
primal one day and I'll be like, I told you I could do it.
You need to know when the fight is lost and stop primaling into lost fights. Okay. So
Yeah.
what I want you to like think about doing is like obviously the easy answer of like how to get value out of monkey ult is to just use it as a second life, right? But a lot of the times like you're playing well enough and clean enough that you're not going to die first. So oftentimes you're dying like late. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
relative to when like the second life value is relevant, right?
Yeah, I
So
think if I go back to the scoreboard of that, like I'm pretty sure I had one of the least deaths
yeah,
on that song.
yeah. So well, I mean that's also because you're saving your life in lost fights with Primal and then jumping out.
What do you mean, bro? They're winnable.
So in order to like fix that from a mental model point of view, right? One thing I would suggest is instead of using Primal just as a second life, use it as a way to continue your burst damage combo, right? So as when you like jump somebody and you
Yeah.
land on them, right, and you're zapping and you bubble, right? Then pop Primal to continue that chase. You know what I mean? Because it's a ton of
Yeah.
burst damage. That's like very, very hard to like. I don't think it's even blockable outside of like Zarya bubbles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
Like I think I don't want to like self promote or anything, but
Mhm.
I actually uploaded a tank montage, and I think that's
Nice.
what I was actually doing well in that with the primal clips was
Okay.
they were mostly like used to pursue advantages.
Did you put the montage in the server? I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it was called
Oh.
like Mad Tank or something.
Oh, I did see. I haven't watched it yet. I gotta go through and watch it.
Yeah, my Da Vinci editing software was being a bit grumpy, so it was a bit laggy at some points, but
Ah, gotcha. Okay. So they'll only use Primal as a second life. Also include incorporate using it as a way to extend your burst DPS combo. Cool. Any final questions here?
hold on one sec.
Mhm.
Sorry, that was just my mum telling me to be a bit quieter. Sorry, what were you just asking before then?
Do you have any final questions?
Um, mm, no, not that I can think of. I mean, like if I do think of anything, I'm sure I can just pop you a DM as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Good stuff. Alrighty. What the heck is this? Whatever. Okay. Um. Okay. That's pretty much all I got for you at this point. I'm trying to think if there's anything last things I want to touch on. No, I think that's about it. All right. So I'll stop the recording there.
okay.